Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we've got a map where I have got a very serious criticism. That criticism is one word: fonts, as in which typeface we use. For example, be kind in the comments. Nice, clean, easy to use, and nice and tidy. The font used on the thumbnail on today's map is, well, very basic, and well, they're free. Well, not all fonts are free, but you can head over to websites, grab hold of fonts for free, and give yourself a nice impactful thumbnail. I'm criticising the thumbnail because I can't really find much to criticise the map about. It's going to be that good, which is surprising when...
It's my first map.
Seriously, how? My word. Speaking of first time, is this your first time clicking the like button? Because clicking the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for that support. Today's map is Castle Harbour by Azult. See what I mean about that font there? Could do with being, well, not red for starters, but yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Yeah. I'm still looking at that rather than the start. Oh, look at Start Square. Isn't the Start Square sexy? Isn't it? Terrain height, so we've got a little bit of elevated land over on the right hand side that I feel was kind of forced in a little bit. I think they admit it as well. And the resources, so we've got a bit of field painting here and there, but again I feel that's quite usable on the whole. Sunset Harbour, if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's a disinteresting fishing map, but it's okay. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, it's a 100% vanilla map. You will need mass transit, however, and we'll be using the realistic 1.5 vanilla, sorry, 1.4.5 European theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. Little shout out about Blue Mantle. Can I find any? Is the challenge to I. Tell you what, I very nearly didn't. I very nearly didn't. Today's map is really a very nice quality. If you're looking for a vanilla map, if you're looking for a map that feels very British or Northern European, then you're looking at a map here. We've basically got a few highways coming in to what is a ring road around the city, without the city there, because that's kind of your job. Your job to build a city. This is just a map to build upon, and the quality is bear in mind, this is not a real life location. It's not. It feels like it should be, but it's not. Yeah, I'm sure there's inspiration being taken from real life locations and inspiration regarding intersections like this one. There we are. Look at that. It feels like it could only have been that intersection there. And the map is packed with features. And we're not really looking at the features, right? We'll be taking a look at a few of the features in the second half of the show, as always, once we've done the flyover and had a look at some of the networking. Again, we're not going to see all of the networking today because, well, we've got a ring road that goes all the way around the city, and to look at all of it would be a bit dull. I mean, it's a ring road. The intersections are very nice. And we've got some very sexy rail as well. But yes, my big grumble with this map is the font on the thumbnail. There's plenty of Google free fonts, and there's plenty of websites out there where you can get them. Yes, you can donate to the creator if you feel that taking something for free is greedy, and so yeah, there's always that option. There's always the option to support the creator of the font that you really wanted. But if you don't want to, there's plenty of free ones that are totally free as well. Next intersection here, again, very slick, very clean and tidy, and yeah, nothing to complain about there. But yes, it's when I'm complaining about a font, a typeface, you know the map is very nice indeed. 100% vanilla, remember that. If you're looking for a 100% vanilla map, you're on the ball here. In terms of the theme and the LUT, if we went with the vanilla theme and the vanilla LUT, it would look a lot blander. A bit forestry there. Hello. It'd be a bit blander and a bit muddier looking, but you know what? it would still be an excellent map. Next intersection here. Now, this leads down to a little industrial area on the docks, because this is Castle Harbour, so we're expecting harbours, and we're probably expecting a castle, which we'll have a look for as we carry on. We won't get in too close just yet. We'll have a look later on as we get a bit more time. Once we've taken a bit of a route through, just giving you an idea of the lay of the land, or the lie of, is it the lay of the land or the lie of the land? The lay of the lie of the land, or the lie of the lay of the land. Anyway, we'll be doing that. Next intersection here, I think we'll take this one into Start Square. I think, well, they all go in towards the Start Square kind of area, but I think this is the one. Now, this is also the point where I discovered the Blue Mantle. I actually only discovered it on the flyover. Apparently there are a couple of spots like this right there. You've got to be really low down from that angle only to see it. So it's really okay. Yes, it's Start Square intersection. Yes, it's Blue Mantle, but you've got to be looking for it. I had to and the only reason why I think I found it, having spent ages looking, it says in the description that there's a bit of Blue Mantle here and there. So I was actively looking for it. I think if I wasn't actively looking for it, I would have literally bypassed that. I wouldn't have noticed that. So I think credit, although there is Blue Mantle, which is of course a fail. Not a game-breaking fail, but still a fail. Next, we've got a sort of elevated highway over a roundabout intersection there, and this is going to carry on not too much further. We get to a roundabout at the end, which is where we'll be starting building our city. And we see we've got a few dirt tracks in there, a few fields. So using the fields to help shape your city, I think, is always a great way of having a more organic-looking city. Down here we've got a little bit of a feature going on. We're going to ignore it. Let's go and have a look at the rail. Sexy rail, guys. But this bit here was so sexy. We'll come back and have a quick look at it a bit later on as well. I think this is superb. All vanilla work, and it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Left or right? I think we'll go left. Why not go left? We'll go left. We're going left because oh, hang on, a little bit of catenary chaos, tiny bit of catenary chaos with the the catenaries on the actual lines themselves, or just clipping onto the lines. Yeah, this is the pettiness I'm having to drop to today to find anything to be critical about with a map. It's just sublime. It is just sublime. Yes, because the map is fairly flat, it's not completely flat, there is undulation going on, but because it's fairly flat, it's going to mean that the rail is going to be fairly level. As long as we don't go up into those hills over on the right hand side, it's going to be fine. But again, the rail routes, they just feel natural and feel realistic. We can bear off to the left, I think we'll go straight on. So yes, it's outstanding work. It is absolutely outstanding work, and I think the best 100% vanilla map I have seen for a long time, and for a first timer, that is high praise. Dread to think what they're going to do next. I haven't got a clue what this creator will be doing next with standards like this already. Anyway, Castle Harbour by Azult will take the intermission. We'll come back for the shipping. So, from my finest work, race day, to Azult's finest and only work, Castle Harbour. And the shipping routes. Shipping routes are as good as you're going to want them to be. First of all, we've got 4 of them. They don't connect up, and they all come in from different angles. This one I thought was the longest, most convoluted one, so we'll follow this one. But the others just come in from the edges over here and over there, and they all go parallel with each other with enough gap between them that you won't get any shipping clipping between ships heading towards each other. At least I don't think there would be. I'm not checked, but it looks good to me. And the bridges look high enough as well. Water flow, right, Start Square water flow. This is your Start Square water, just this little bit here. And there's no real motion there. So I think you're probably going to be wanting to use custom assets, water towers at the very least, and then use that for your sewage. and you're probably going to be okay. You'll probably be okay, but I always like to see a little bit of moving water or a second water source in the start square where you have static water. It's what I like. It's not absolute requirement. I think you guys know that already. Okay, let's have a look at the map as a whole. Let's come over here and have a look down. Some of these islands feel a bit angular, but they still feel real. So the shapes, I think the shapes of the islands could be just a little less, almost like they were hurriedly done. Which they're not, because you can actually see by the shapes of the cliffs and the beaches that they have been given lots of attention. We've got some low-lying hills as well with, oh, look at this wind towers on the top, which is where, of course, you would want them. And the shapes of the fields as well with the forests, just all feels good. And the central lighthouse, point facing coming into the harbour. This pier down here would be very difficult to get onto. Minor technical detailing issue there. There's one or two minor detailing issues with the map, but it's a very busy map. You're going to expect to find some things going on with the map. Everybody's favourite factory sinks all the ships. I've got a second verse now. Okay, right, this area, they promised we'd come down and have another quick look at this little harbour area, which is all about industry going on down here, and some old derelict walls there, and the whole area just looks and feels as good as you'd want it to do in a vanilla map. It's just really very nice indeed. So busy, so many shapes, and just so much realism gone into this one. This is an amazing area. In fact, I'm going to come back to that. Let's head up the river. Let's head up the river to the top of the river where you've got this little water area here, a little flood area going on here as well, which will handle the water when it rains, which I like that as a lot too. Loads of the fields are, I mean, completely different and yet so real as well. Just loving all of that. And simplified hedges as well. When you get down there, they haven't really overworked their hedges either, so it's good for the tree count. Then if we head up here, this part, I say, it does feel a little bit convoluted how it's been forced in. We've got some waterfalls going on. It's all good work. It's all good work. I kind of feel that I'd like this area to have been just slightly less mountainous. Yeah, hills, but just maybe just a little bit more subtle, possibly. That's, if anything, that's my big complaint with the map, along with the thumbnail. Right, okay, let's do some jumping about. Right, okay, this little area here, I really love it. I wish I'd thought about doing this with a trench and the rubble as well. It's a nothing, but I really wish I'd thought of it. We've got loads of industrial areas and quarry type areas here, and of course if you've got a quarry you've got to have access to the quarry, so we've got roads, we've got rail and such, all bringing everything up to everybody's favourite factory again, and possibly some catenary chaos there. I've not checked. There may be. I did say we'd come out have another quick look at this. We'll keep it very quick because we've already had a quick once over, but I just wanted to come back and have another glance at that. That is just superb. And then over here, this is also superb. The imagination that's gone into this. First of all, just the harbour and crane type there, and this crane here made out of a couple of bridge pillars. That reminds me of Belfast. That is amazing. That's just genius. Azalt, that is genius. Okay, we have got a little bit of encroaching trees going on here. This looks like a move it issue, which I've suffered myself in my last map. Let's have a quick look here. What did I come in? I think I was just taken by the way that the rail bridge went under the highway and then over another highway. I just thought it was very clean and very, very well squeezed together. So credit for that bit. One more thing I think there was, if we just jump to this one. Oh yeah, we've got the trees coming through the underside of the bridge there. So a minor detailing issue going on at that point. But all told, generally, very high standards. And on a very busy map with lots going on, there's always going to be something that will slip through the net. And in this case, a couple of trees here and there. Right, down to the start square where we've got a very interesting asset of the day. It's a pack. It's a pack of the multi-game sports courts pack, basketball, volleyball, badminton, tennis, netball combination court by Dennie Mock. Okay, so we've got a couple of different colorations and lots of different configurations of those multi-sports. And as Dennie Mock says in the description, do read the description, that when you've got a limited amount of space, if you're in a city, if you're in, say, Hong Kong, I think they used Hong Kong, then sometimes you have 2 or 3 different sports in actually one court. I really love it. It's that kabaddi in the middle there. I love it. Anyway, factoids, because factoids, I think we should do factoids. If food is very short, the ribbon worm can eat up to 95% of its own body and still survive. Wow. How does it know when to stop? I suppose when it gets its head round to its head again, then you've got a bit of an issue, haven't you? Anyway, multi-game sports court pack, basketball, volleyball, badminton, tennis, netball combination court by Dennie Mock. Dennie Mock, I'm very impressed indeed. Today's asset of the day. Right, okay, before we go to the voting, we haven't had a look at there's a castle, Harbour Castle. It's Castle Harbour. Let's have a quick look at the castle. Vanilla, it's excellent, it's beautifully designed. There are 1 or 2 little detailing things that, a little bit of a glitch in the terrain there. There are 1 or 2 little detailing things like castle walls going through towers. What's going on with these pillars in there? I'm sure they're there for a reason. Maybe it's just to hold the terrain down. I don't know. But yes, it's a really lovely looking castle. There's technically a few minor issues with here that I'd normally mark another map down on, and I'm just not going to do it today. I'm marking it down. I'm just not pointing them out. Yeah, okay. I think we'll do it. I think we'll put it that way. It's just I'm not going to spend any. I'm not going to spend any longer looking at this map. I'm not. And nor should you. What you should do is you should head on over to the voting page. That's right. Click the link in the top right hand corner of your screen or the one in the description. Take it to the voting page where you can vote for free. Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. You can do this with a Facebook, a Gmail, an Apple or a Patreon login. And if you do that, it will really, really help. Support the creators, guys. Right, okay, what do I think of today's map? It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. It's piffle. Piffle is what it is. It's pifflingly brilliant. Aesthetically, it's really lovely, isn't it? I mean, yes, it does suit my personal taste. It does feel like ye old England, except for, of course, you've got the traffic running on the right, but that was, I could have set that to the left at the start. I could have done. It's 1 or 2 minor tiny little things, but other than that, very high in the 4-star category for me. Detailing, again, superb work, lots of excellent work. It's kind of high 4-star going in towards 5-star with some stuff that brings it down to just a medium high 4-star. Gameplay potential looks very playable, and even with no moving water in the start square, I'm still going to give it 5 stars. Actually, I would just custom asset it. I'd do it and water tower it. Castle Harbour Assault, seal of approval. It went without saying, really. I think that one, it was just too good. Just too. Some people just arrive and they go, do you know what? I've never made a map before, not for this game, and it looks easy, and they make it look easy. I'm so jealous of people with that sort of skill. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. I use the word of the day into the comments to prove you're part of the 20 and now elite, that elite crew that makes it to the last 20 seconds of this show. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series, and I can't promise it'll be as good as this one.